Okay, top posts. Can I on the browser app do most recent? I can. Okay, let's look through some of these. Um, Thank you to everyone who joined us today to man an end to the era of fossil fuels. It is so inspiring to see people come together to share ideas, build community, and fight for a better world. Your voices have been heard, and your actions have made a difference. These are some of the art signs, and then this is one that they made. June 9th, People versus Fossil Fuels. Thank you all for showing up. Let's look at this one. Pop-up protest. The Capitol Police were only minutes behind us. LOL. 350 Wisconsin. And then there's some Madison art. Member Rashida Tlaib speaks before climate activists gather in front of the White House as they prepare for the mass symbolic arrests, June 8th, 2023. So I think this was the big thing that the national organizers were working towards was a June 8th action. It's awesome that Representative Tlaib spoke at the event. Let's focus in really quick, I think, though, on Colorado. And this is some of the art. Some of the arts and posts leading up. No more handouts for the fossil fuel industry. Hell no, Joe's. Yes, Joe Manchin. Hell no. It's not cool for you and your family to own and profit off coal industry and also, fight climate legislation. That's not cool. And it's a lot messed up. Let's be real. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I have some pictures. I was at an event yesterday. I was at the Denver event at the Capitol, so I can also grab my pictures from the other day and add them. And I even recorded some of the improv comedy, which was I'd never really seen at an event in action before, and I wasn't sure how climate crises plus improv comedy would mix. It's kind of like an interesting tango. Like on one hand, laughter and being able to reframe the issue is awesome. And on the other hand, it is like a serious topic, but it actually was fun. It was lots of fun. Let's look through some more of the Boulder events images here. And let's see if I can get a good one to start it. Oh, wow. That one's awesome. Okay. Let's zoom back in on Boulder. Let's highlight some of what they were up to at this phase out fracking action party. They got together for their photo op and shows a lot of the support of people that were there. And let's flip through. I know they were doing art and playing music, dancing. I think I have something similar to that. Music, good times, guitar, and then there were speeches as well, I believe. Art, tattoos. It's awesome to see. It looks like lots of fun. and happy to see that. Happy to see some of my favorite organizers and friends out there. Great job taking like pictures and getting people out too. It looks like it was a beautiful time and day. Weather doesn't look like it was an issue at all, which is awesome. I saw this map at the Denver event. So I think it's 55,000 producing wells that each use 5 to 10 million gallons of water. That's pretty crazy. And the majority of that gets shipped and sold, and we don't even use it for ourselves or to have cheap gas in our own infrastructure. We sell it off so that these companies can make record amounts of profits for their shareholders and their CEOs and their management jobs. And I'm sure the people putting in these wells get paid decently, but nothing is, I think, as nearly as high as their management and their shareholders do, while also working extremely difficult, challenging jobs that are dangerous, and it's hurting our collective future. And right now, if we were to switch off of it, it would cause a lot of disruption. That doesn't mean, though, that we can't put together a really solid plan for getting off of them and building the infrastructure to make the transportation and the cars and the infrastructure and the grid to get energy throughout, and then why we transition have fossil fuels as a backup. Internal temperature too high. Camera. While you cool down, camera, it is toasty in here. I can agree from my levels. And so it continues, and we'll switch it back after another 5 minutes. It only takes a few minutes for the camera to cool down. Okay. And I'm pretty sure I was done with my thought. I don't fully remember if I had anything else to say. Um, I think the fracking industry um, has been getting away with way too long of like kind of concealing its process, not having to tell people what's in the the fluids and kind of how much water it is making no longer drinkable. On top of a number of things like getting methane measurements and all these other aspects just so that they can make a bunch of money. Um, I think we should start making the transition away to other infrastructures and really thinking through um, how much we need to be hurting our own future um, for short-term profits. Um, this reminds me of one of those like parachutes that you can play games with. I don't know if that's the purpose of this, but huge nostalgia for elementary school and playing games, running around under huge like like not pinata, but like parachutes. I think that's what they're called. Hanging out under huge pinatas would also be cool. That's just a very different thing. Um, it's awesome that you had multiple different musicians and um, musical artists come out. I think that's really cool to include many different artists' voices and seeing that interest. some more posters, handouts. Um, One thing I want to do was make sure that the pledge link um, was easily available. So let me grab that when I get a chance. And some other local speakers. Cool beans. Okay. You probably can't hear that, but it's starting to thunderstorm. Uh, that is the May-June vibe. We get rainstorms and thunderstorms. Though I'm happy none of the events I knew of got canceled by that. Um, let's see if I can find 350 Youth Committee. 350 Colorado Youth. The Youth Action Committee, or YAC, was putting on a few different events. They have an awesome Pride logo. Shout outs to the YAC member who put that together. And speak of. Okay, this is Fridays for the Future, Colorado Springs. Awesome. I wonder if Fridays for the Future pages have any posts too. Okay. So some groups haven't put up their pictures yet. It's the weekend. I if I was more organized, I would have had reached out to some of the event organizers to gather and let them know I was doing this event. I had it kind of out there and had it posted, but that doesn't mean I was touching base with all the different local organizers. And that's one thing I can do to improve if I'm doing like a recap, especially with such a quick turnaround. What about Fridays for Future Denver? I want to say we have a few different Fridays for Future Denver. Okay. And then let's see what Fridays for Future USA. MVP, fossil fuel handout. Okay, and there is no stories following. Okay. And this all kind of like ties into yeah, so there's a Roaring Fork Valley Chalk and Talk event. There was a Colorado Springs End the Era Fossil Fuels Action, and they were talking to people at Pride. Durango had a high school green team art action. And I think Northern Colorado, Larimer County had an event. Well County had an event. Lafayette. This one's the one we're doing. Lowry Cap Frac Info Day. I was trying to see if some of these pages had more info. State of Aurora Reservoir, group of Southeast Aurora residents. Okay, it's their. Yeah, we shouldn't be facking around Aurora, around reservoirs, around water reserves. It is insane that that's put up some of these things that are like companies come in, they're like, well, it can't be that hard to get different commissioners or work the land code or pass laws, and they do things for short-term capitalistic interests, and I get upset about that. That's my take and whatnot, and think we should be acting smarter than that. All this comes back to safe and healthy CO or Colorado.org. The big push for Colorado is coming up with a plan to make the transition happen and doing it in a fair and community driven way. Uh, um, and it takes a lot of action and signatures to move through the process. But I believe that Colorado is ready to lead on this, um, and that there are many people and organizations willing to come together, and there's enough time to make it happen. And so this plan is to phase out all new fracking permits by 2030, putting a timeline on transitioning into being reliant. And we're not even reliant. These are 3% of our economy and less than 1% of our jobs. So breaking free and transitioning that economic percentages and jobs into energy or education or tech. And when I say energy, obviously green energy, um, creating out and building out our grid infrastructure. While we work on our grid infrastructure, we can lay fiber cable and we can build out a more equitable system so that people in rural, suburban, and urban um, have clean air, clean water, access to technology and internet at the same levels, and have reliable systems for the summer and the winter and for getting around. Um, so pledge to sign. I don't know if I've pledged yet, so I shall pledge. And uh, and I think it's that easy. Thank you for your support. You're welcome. And this website has the benefits of phasing out fracking, informational facts about wages and parts of by the Colorado Fiscal Institute about the economic reality of fracking and other oil and gas operations here in Colorado. Um, cool. Any other pictures I see? I see there's this really awesome video that someone produced. And I want to like share it. And it's in the public folder, right? I like okay. Here are go back. Or not. The Lafayette pictures. I like these. Protect our children's future. Everyone has the right to clean air, water, and health. That's cute. It's time. It's time to phase off. Phase off. Not no longer do we need to be phasing up. We need to be phasing off of fossil fuels. Thank you very much. Phase out fracking 2030. Not here, not anywhere. No fossil fuels. Kate. Hi, Kate. End the era Awesome. Let's see if there's any other of these folders that have photos in it. Folder, back. Okay. And then I shared mine. I'm gonna play this video because I think it's awesome. And so there. Did I not switch that over? I meant to have this one on. Video there. Streams. Okay. And then this needs to be there. All right. I might be sharing prematurely, but that is a stream perk. Sometimes you get things early, including. I hope it's not too loud. It's probably too loud. It's because I changed the setting after the improv. Okay. What? It just disappeared on me. What the heck? There it is. Okay.
You're the girl from New Orleans, little Liza Jane, sweetest little girl I ever seen, little Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane. Oh, little Liza Jane.
Tangential, but ultimately when it comes to fossil fuel, we have to tackle this issue at multiple fronts. It's not just one solution. We have to work on as many solutions as possible.
We really have to step up and break our dependence on oil and natural gas, and that's what this measure is all about. And this is really a very reasonable measure that's being proposed. It's phasing out new permits by 2030, and that 2030 dovetails nicely with that Excel goal of being 80% carbon free by 2030. And it also gives time for oil and gas workers to transition into all those clean energy jobs.
Shaka. So awesome job, whoever put that together. It looks like Christian O'Rourke. And thank you to all the people who put on actions here in Colorado. I'm sure there's going to be some debriefs. I'm sure there's going to be some looking at like what went well for organizers. What does the momentum look like with the pledges and the new volunteers, and going from there. this is going to be something that ramps up as we push for getting this on the ballot for next year. And part of that is by signing this pledge, you sign up to be an easy one of the 100,000 plus signatures we need to kind of get here. I think it's 120,000. I have it on one of these tabs. And also, yeah, helping us then be able to take it to the ballot and decide as a state if this timeline makes sense and what kind of future do we want, and having a discussion around that, which I'm super excited to have alongside people. Let's look just briefly at some national pictures. I have the folder. Similarly, some of these actions have not uploaded their pictures yet, as these is something happening this weekend. But let's look. I know some of these do. But I think the quickest way is to do this. Okay. So Bay Area had a march and a gathering. I think they did a banner drop alongside a major highway. What does it say? Biden sacrifices APP or Appalachia. Biden sacrifices Appalachia. Biden, why you gotta do that? It's getting so toasty in here. I know it's summer, but this room's like 80 degrees. I need to turn on the AC next time. That's interesting art. And then I think they marched, and then that must be where they took their picture. Nice. It's like a gathering of people in art. It's awesome. So from California, to Chicago. Banks stop funding fossil fuels. Third Act, Illinois. Third Act is a labor movement group that is working on the climate issue now. Keep all fossil fuels in the earth. No more. No more. Keep the fossil fuels in the earth. No more. Okay. So from California to Chicago. Nice. Bring the music. I love that. Death to fossil fuels. Great gathering. Love all the art. Cool. She's got a puppy, stuffed animal puppy in the stroller. I wonder if there's the kids walking around. Cool. Chicago. I don't know if we've uploaded our pictures yet. No pictures from Denver yet. I could probably throw some in there. Last Hawaii. Let's go Hawaii. No more blah blah. HDOT move us to zero emissions. Climate Emergency Act now. Stand with youth for a livable planet. Islands equal victims of climate disaster. Protect our future. So Hawaii, yeah, sea level rise. A difference of 10, yeah, a few feet. Um, I mean, Hawaii's beautiful. Let's get a move on. Montana. We support Montana youth making climate history. Youth Power Climate Trial. Oh, is this the courthouse where it's gonna happen? So Youth v Gov, the lawsuit is being seen in Montana's courts, um, and that picks up tomorrow. Nothing yet. Okay. Let's look at Marilee's pictures. Okay, they did it in. Okay, that's a good group of people. I almost got it. That's cool. I don't have the stomps down. That was cool. That was awesome. Yeah, yeah. Nice. I was gonna say Boulder probably so far had the coolest event, but that's pretty sweet. That's up there. What is this? Wisconsin? Madison, Wisconsin? I don't know my state abbreviations. Wisconsin. Okay. Madison, Wisconsin. Thank you, Mary Lee. Cool. And then that from a different perspective. Okay, awesome. Madison, Atlanta. DC. Okay, so we got a lot on DC. DC was one of the bigger, I think, pushes. So let's take a look. We rise, not just for you and me. Stop MVP. Ooh. People versus fossil fuels. Man, I've seen.
When our planet is under attack, what do? You're going to say, rise up, fight back, all right? When our planet is under attack, what do? When our planet is under attack, what do? When our home is under attack, what do?
Rise up, fight back.
When our home is under attack, what do?
That was only 4 seconds long.
Our earth is on fire! Put the fire out! Our world is on fire! Put the fire out!
I didn't get a chance to see. I was focusing more on Colorado stuff, so I don't know what was like on their agenda for the day. I saw, I think, in a post that they were gonna do like a mass sit-in, and we're potentially gonna get, because of where they were doing that, can potentially get arrested, to help bring attention to this. Youth speakers. Rashida Tlaib coming to speak. I gotta go turn my fan on. Fan! Okay, and let's also check in with our agenda. So, what do we have left? I want to circle back to Youth v Gov here in a minute because I think it's one of the more exciting things happening, and I think just sharing out that message one more time and pulling up the posts, and that, yeah, I'm excited to check in with this trial, and I don't know how much of it I can like commit to, but if that's something that people want to watch more of, and look at together, I think I can create some space for that, even though have a little bit of a busy schedule right now. Then we have, I just want to talk a little bit about like active hope and like resiliency in climate space and where do I find it. Some of these events and actions, they can give us a lot of energy, but they can also be a lot of work and can be heavy topics at times. So we need to manage that. And this is going to be an ongoing transformation that us as a state, as a country, and as a world need to go through. And so it's most important that what we do is stay well and stay connected through that, because I think that's the only way we keep up the momentum and growth to do so. And it's just a better model than this extractive way of doing things. And then I will share some ongoings and projects at the end, but really just putting out that link, and I can even throw it here in the agenda. Sign the pledge. I think that's the biggest thing is here in Colorado. If you live anywhere here in Colorado and are registered to vote, you can sign the pledge for a safe and healthy co.org, safe and healthy Colorado.org, but with the CO. To sign the pledge and sign up you or your organization to endorse. This will be something that over the next year and a half is just going to pick up in terms of it being discussed, and be ready in the early of next year for the actual signing. It has to happen within a few month period, and then 2024 November elections, it will be something that the state as a whole decides. So get ready for attack ads galore and fake facts from fossil fuel companies and skewing of truth through invisible dark organizations with PACs. It's gonna happen. We just have to hope that the people power side of the equation, between that and the growth of leaders and the use of technology, we can overcome those trials, and I believe we can, and move forward these changes. And as we get wins, the energy and excitement will only improve, I believe, as we see what is possible and talk to people about the issues and worries that they are facing. So on some levels, the national stuff I find to be overwhelming, so I focus more on that Colorado perspective. But that's not to say that other parts of our country aren't doing amazing, exciting things, and I love to see that. And thank you to all the organizers that this weekend put things together. The continued push to show up to have our futures and our needs met. And here's to continuing that progress.
That was really clever.
I know. I'm your mom. I know things, okay?
I wish you would just apply that wit to something practical, like getting us out of this situation.
Oh no!
So this is
Your
like a
dad's
skit.
home. Oh, he does this every hurricane.
Hey!
I'm testing you when the real thing really happened. Oh, Harry, every year we gotta go through the tornado, Harry, hurricane, Harry.
Tsunami, Harry?
Tsunami,
Was
that
this
was
just
awful.
you spitting out saliva?
Well, I have an overproduction of saliva, okay? You don't even make me feel bad about it.
So they're like walking through a skit around climate disaster, which I think was,
I'm actually okay
yeah,
with
just the
that,
topic
too.
that came up.
I think it's a good idea. We should get back to the Earth. Okay,
And then what happens is